David for sin and uncleanness. That first happened on the day of Pentecost. There was a fountain opened up there, and that fountain was the first fruits of something that was going to be far greater than what was ever demonstrated on that day. There needs to be a fountain opened up in modern Jerusalem also. There needs to be a fountain opened up through His people. If this can be a beginnings of that, if this can be a stronghold of that, then I feel like that God's purpose will begin to be fulfilled in this time. There has to be a fountain opened up to do away with all of the trash and all of the hard things and all of the things that were in repute for being against God. That all that has to be washed out of the way before God can do anything. There has to be a destruction of all those things before there can be a building up again, just as Jeremiah said. He saw first destruction, then he saw a building up. It's true in this time. There are many things that have to be plowed through, plowed under, before God can do something in a great way. That's only done through the river of life. And I thought as we sung that song, that certainly was opened up. The house of David for sin and uncleanness on the day of Pentecost. And out of the bellies of those that Jesus had prophesied on the day of the feast, the great day of the feast. That was the Hag. That was the Feast of Tabernacles. And as he stood on the day in which they prayed for rain, why he said for them to come to him, according to the prophet Isaiah, and out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. This spake he of the Spirit which is not yet given. And on the day of Pentecost it began to be given. I read one time in the book of Ezekiel, where out from under the threshold there flowed a river, a stream. That was the door that was slammed in the face of humanity by Adam. Out from, in spite of that door that was closed, out from under that, there began a stream in that time. It increased. It was to the knees, and then to the thighs. And finally, folks, there was waters to swim in. It could not be crossed over. We're living in that time. It began 2,000 years ago, and has increased from time to time to time. And now it's time for a full flow in which the Spirit of God will begin to take over the spirits of humanity, the spirits of man that has ruled and reigned in such a way that has caused God's will to be driven back. And I hope that another door being opened in Jerusalem for that purpose, and with a will and with a conscience to provide such a thing in this time, can stay open. I hope this can be judged to be that kind of a place. We have enlarged from the meeting where we were at St. Paul's. We've come into a larger building. We have a large platform here for large preachers. We have a larger area here for people to spread out, put their kids on the floor with blankets, whatever they want to do. And just a place where we can all move in and begin to feel that God intended us to do. You can't do anything without this being prophesied into existence. He doesn't do a thing, but what he does is first reveal it to his servants the prophets. That's scripture. And now is the time to prophesy something into existence. Not to stand by and let somebody else do it. And run away when the thing gets a little hard. It's time right now for people to begin to prophesy and for their words to begin to come to pass. I like prophecy. I love to hear prophecy. And it feels like it's time for it one more time. So everyone begin to move into the Spirit and to take hold of that which you feel to do, or just take hold and see how it turns out. God bless you.